This is SSPTV News, brought to you by Samsung Productions and the Hazelton Standard Speaker.
A new return date for the Hazelton Area School District and details on this year's National Wear Red Day next. Hello and thank you for watching, everyone. I'm Ken Kara, and let's get to your local information. After a survey of parents and teachers, the Hazelton Area School District has a plan to return to classrooms this spring. Kent Jackson reports in the Standard Speaker that teachers will tentatively return on March 15th and students will be back on April 12th. Jackson's article says a survey of teachers revealed 761 would return after getting the COVID-19 vaccine and 31 would not. Another survey showed 2,750 parents want their kids to go back and 2,421 want their kids to continue to learn virtually. The return date can change because of vaccination availability and the spread of COVID-19. Hazelton Area School District Superintendent Brian Uplinger will join us on the news next week to talk about returning to the classroom and more. Friday, February 5th is National Wear Red Day. Janine Lasan has more details with the Director of Cardiac Services for Lehigh Valley Hospital Hazelton, Barbara Hunsinger.
So I'm here today to actually let everyone be aware of, what are you going to do on February 5th to celebrate Go Red Day? And what does that mean? So women and heart disease is a big topic. And, we all understand in the medical field how important heart disease is. And I think a lot of us don't realize for women in heart disease, it is very, very important. So if I look at some of the statistics, Janine, I see that cardiovascular disease is the #1 killer of women, causing 1 in 3 deaths a year. And that's just one too many. So if we can get out to the community and to our families and to everyone, the importance of cardiac disease, especially in women, Go Red Day is what we're trying to celebrate.
How did the Wear Red for Women begin?
Going way back into the 80s, and they realized the importance of cardiovascular disease in women. And they decided to start this and to have this day every year. And they thought red, hearts, love, take care of yourself. And this is where it all came from. So basically, they want us to know the heart truth and celebrating Heart Month so that everyone is aware, because heart disease has always been up there as a #1 killer.
Now, is it a certain age that should be more cautious than others for women?
I would say no. I think that this is something that we need to know from when you're very young. We know that there could be heart disease. There's congenital heart disease. So everyone needs to be aware that can happen at any time in our lifetime. And it is so important that we embrace it. And especially as we start to get a little bit older, that we realize that importance.
What are the symptoms?
The symptoms of heart disease. So they can vary. So especially, when we think about someone having chest pain is probably your primary symptom that some people have. However, in women, sometimes we don't have typical chest pain across our chest or in the middle of our chest. Sometimes we have something very subtle. We can have pain in our jaw. We can have arm pain. So basically, this is something that is new. It comes on all of a sudden, usually, and we notice that it is something different. So my advice would be is if you don't feel well and if something is not going away, make sure that you get some professional help, and do never be afraid to call 911 if you need to, if you think that this is serious.
Can this be brought on by stress?
Stress, absolutely. So stress is one of the main issues that we are trying to control. So how do we prevent it? Managing stress, especially today, as with all the COVID crisis, I think it's extremely important to realize we need some outlets, Janine. So, basically what I'm telling everyone is, get outside, even if it's cold outside, do some walking, do some hiking, put some music on in your house and dance a little bit, do something to manage your stress. And I think most of us are aware of what works for you, and make sure you follow through with it. Exercise if you can, even if not in a formal program at this time. Do something that will help you to manage how you feel.
From the information that you sent me, nearly 80% of cardiac events can be prevented. So again, talking about it, wearing red as the awareness, to spread the awareness is key. You mentioned working through the pandemic, working through COVID. What are the challenges that are facing women, especially in the healthcare field, through COVID?
Well, I think that if you're looking at it, you're looking at your healthcare providers, especially. I think there's so much stress among our first responders. I think as far as our hospital staff, I'm in the outpatient side here. We are still, we are rearranging what we do on a daily basis. We are keeping everything as clean as possible. We are so much encouraging everyone, wear those masks, wash your hands. We're wiping down everything in between patients. So that patients, if you need to have something done, that's another stress area. Don't be afraid to go out there, see your primary care doctor, see your cardiologist, keep your appointments, have your testing done, because I would not be afraid to bring anyone in my family here, either to the hospital or to the health and wellness center if they needed anything done.
Very good. Again, wearing red on February 5th in awareness of cardiovascular disease, and you hit the nail on the head when you mentioned keeping your appointments, right? Keeping our doctor's appointments, keeping our health visits, and doing what we need to stay healthy. Barbara, thanks for joining us again from Lehigh Valley Health Network in Hazelton. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Today's news feature is brought to you by The Cheese Store and more. Go to their Facebook page to see their specials and check out their catering menu.
Time now for weather on SSPTV News.
Here's our forecast from the National Weather Service. We have a hazardous weather outlook as a very cold and blustery Arctic air mass moves into the area, likely bringing the coldest temperatures of the season. On Saturday, it's partly sunny with a high near 20. Saturday night, partly cloudy with a low in the single digits. Sunday, it's cloudy with a high in the 20s. Sunday night, a 40% chance of snow, mostly cloudy with a low in the 20s. Monday, a 40% chance of snow, cloudy with a high in the 20s. Monday night, a 30% chance of snow, mostly cloudy with a low in the 20s. And then on Tuesday, a 30% chance of snow, mostly cloudy with a high near 30 degrees. The Hazelton Area High School wrestling team is now 4-0 in the Wyoming Valley Conference, and they remain on top of Division I. The Cougars beat Dallas on Wednesday with Christian Kislin, Bryce Molinaro, Dante Mattarella, Seth Hunsinger, Johnny Cora, and Beck Hutchison all getting pins. Now, as you take a look at some Schuylkill League scores, let me tell you that the Schuylkill League has canceled the league, team, and individual wrestling championships. The winners of Division I and Division II will be named co-league champs. For more scores, pick up today's Standard Speaker. Coming up, a clip from our show Mass for Inspiration in the SSPTV Spotlight and our in-depth community and sports features, so stay tuned.
SSPTV News would like to send sincere condolences to the family and friends of these recently departed. John Franz Jack Belts, age 93, of Hazelton. No services are planned at this time. The Crofton Hughes Funeral Home is assisting the family. Elmira L. Coral, age 86, of Drums. There will be no public services. The Crofton Hughes Funeral Home is assisting the family. Michael LaRose, age 90, of Hazelton. Mass will be held on Saturday at 12 noon at Most Precious Blood Church. The Josephine Moran Funeral Home is in charge of arrangements. William Thomas Rigatti, age 40, of Hazel Township. The Harmon Funeral Home will announce the arrangements. And Rosemary Warwick of Hazelton. Mass will be held on Monday at 11 a.m. at Our Lady of Grace Catholic Church in Pendle. Friends may call Saturday from 3 to 5 p.m. at the Beck Givish Funeral Home in Levittown, and on Monday from 10 to 11 a.m. at the church. Today's social and obituary report is brought to you by Harmon Funeral Homes and Crematory. Call 570-788-0977 or go to harmonfuneral.com.